Peace, good people. It's your brother teacher Ajamu Minka Kafele. My fight for justice in the name and will of Allah. God is worth dying for. I just wanted to share a story with you all and provide some health tips. I was in the health store and happened to have to be in there longer waiting on my daughter to reply back to me, which never happened. So it's a lady that shows up in there. She had a stroke, kind of stroke that had effect on her brain back in, I think she said 2018. And of course, she's been going to the doctor. They don't have a solution to really help her. She's problem with her writing and memory and all of those type of things. And then of course she's had all of the shots. I think she's up to number 3 or something like that. Some tiring issues and things of that nature. And so Allah had me in there waiting on her because she shows up after I'm in there, right? Divine order of things. And so she's talking to the clerk, and I guess she's asking, trying to find out what she need to get help for these challenges that she has. And so the clerk had mentioned mushrooms. Now the clerk in the health store, they cool, but I don't know how much they really research on certain things, what they really know. And the majority of my knowledge and information that I share with you as far as health tips comes from divine enlightenment, directly or from my other source. So anyway, be that as it may, thought I'd share those things with her because a lot of us have family suffering and things of that nature. And of course, after them strokes, she changed up that diet. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, number one, you got to straighten out your diet. You got to get off these meats. You got to get off that swine. Okay? Why wait to have a health crisis and then be like, let me work on my diet. Okay? Do that now. If you eat anything habitually, please buy the best organics you can buy. So if you're a person like, I love eggs, buy the best eggs. Don't buy the cheap eggs. If you eat turkey bacon, you got to buy the best of it and not the cheapest of it. If you're buying meats, you need to look into buying halal meats, HALAL, because they kill the animals properly, or kosher meats. They kill the animals properly and drain the blood out of the animals. But I don't recommend eating meats. I recommend you become a vegetarian. I do not recommend becoming a vegan because vegetarian is best. Right? Protein from beans, protein from navy beans. All right. So we talked a little bit about diet, but then we got into supplements. So again, number one top supplement in this day and time is NAC. NAC supplement. I've talked about it for, I guess, 2 years now. With the COVID being out, if you don't got it, you better get it. You need to get it to help in prevention. You need to get it definitely if you got the shots and taking the shots. Spike proteins are leaking into your bloodstream. You don't even know what a spike protein is, but it doesn't matter. Your body does. It's causing you sick. You need NAC. If you are sick, a lot of times what's on the bottles is maintenance dose. Double up your dosage. So I told her to help her body start to heal. In my experience, you would want to take double dosage to start out. She also lion's mane. This is a mushroom supplement. It's called lion's mane, MANE. It has usually a white picture of a white mushroom on it. Yup, some things that are white are all right, like cauliflower. So unlike sugar. So anyway, lion's mane will regenerate your nervous system. Take double the dosage on there. If you have neuropathy, if you got issues with your nervous system, or just to support your nervous system, that's something we tend to overlook. We tend to be out here taking immune supplements and ignoring the nervous system. So you want to take something like lion's mane to help support and regenerate your nerves for your nervous system. All right. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, she's taking vitamin D with the K2. Wasn't sure exactly how much she's taking, but since she's under illness, would highly suggest 20,000 IUs. 10,000 is a maintenance dose. She's trying to heal her body. Let's double that up. 20,000, you can actually take more. Your doctor isn't going to tell you this, but your doctor is typically not a researcher. As a matter of fact, if your doctor was a researcher, they would probably have you taking 50,000 IUs of vitamin D, but that's probably too much for most of you. Take 10, 20,000 IUs of vitamin D, especially if you're in the north, less sun. Even if you're out here getting sun, you're not getting probably the right amount of vitamin D. So you're like, I live in Florida, I don't need it. Take you 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, all right? Okay, with the K2 is best, especially when you start getting into, higher doses of 20,000. And then last but not least, vitamin C. As a matter of fact, if I was picking 1, 2, or 3 of these, it would be NAC, vitamin C. Vitamin D is really kind of hard to switch between vitamin D and vitamin C because they really should probably be tied together given the environment. But anyway, vitamin C, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your medical industry knows that if you take a lot of vitamin C, you remember that slogan, an apple a day will keep the doctor away. You don't eat apples, you don't eat enough green foods, your doctor is not staying away, all right? And so an apple a day really has to do with the nutrients in the apple that primarily has vitamin C, all right? Apples, oranges, all right? Organic ones, if you can, you should, all right? But vitamin C, but you have to get the right dosage. Again, this is a key point to get across. Dosage, dosage, dosage. The medical industry knows that vitamin C is so powerful, so beneficial, that they have you as an RDA recommended allowance less than 100 milligrams. Let me tell you something, 100 milligrams is not going to help the body heal and fight off sickness adequately at all at the levels that it needs to do it. So 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You can be hesitant, you can guess, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you what the divine insight is, right? So the divine insight for a maintenance dose with these days and times of what's going on is 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, okay? If you start to get ill or you have sickness, you can take, I've taken as much as 7,000 of the regular capsules, 10,000 vitamin C, okay? You can't really overdose on this stuff. If you take too much, your body will tend to let you know. But in her case of healing, I from a healing effect, this is based on divine insight. I'm not a doctor. I'm a man of Allah. You choose. So anyway, 7,000, minimum 5, but really 7,000 of the vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams, 7,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You was like, that's a lot. Of course, well, you that much deficient. We have that much need, right? You think it's a lot, you got a big gap in your need. So 7,000 milligrams of vitamin C to really start to help her heal from these stroke conditions. It'll help keep toxins out. The structure of what vitamin C does in terms of, it's not a blood thinner, but in terms of keeping the vessels open. If you're taking a high enough dosage of vitamin C, it's going to be a very challenging, I'll put it this way, it's going to be very, very, very challenging for the body to have a stroke. And the reason a lot of you take these blood pressure pills is because you're scared that you're going to have a stroke. Well, the number one problem with blood pressure, this is what I told her, but it came up, is you're deficient in potassium. So if you have a huge blood pressure issue, then you might want to start out taking some potassium capsules to get things jump started. But you honestly just need more green foods that don't involve kale. You need quality green foods, which is something we just don't eat over the potatoes. Broccoli is good, even though it's a hybrid vegetable. Broccoli good, it can be real good. Cabbage, more cabbage, those things can be real good. And of course, cauliflower. All things white aren't bad. All right, this is your brother teacher, Ajamu Menka Kafele. I hope you got it. 1,200 milligrams of vitamin C is a maintenance dose. Double that if you're sick or you're ill. Vitamin C, 3,000 milligrams of that as a maintenance dose. You can double to 7,000 milligrams or more. So it's a little more than double if you're getting ill, or if you just want to take more. Okay. Vitamin D, 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, preferably with K2. Or you can really go up to 20, especially if you're kind of ill, if you got MS and things of that nature. You want to be up into the 20,000 plus. And then, what did I say? Potassium. You got high blood pressure issues, get off the meats and start taking more potassium and eat more green foods. This is your brother teacher, Ajamu Minkaka Fele, saying I love you if you're righteous, can't stand you if you ain't. Go forth, be righteous, eat to live. This is another health tip from brother teacher. Peace.